No, it's gonna be shaved to the skin. It will be bicked. It'll be bicked on top, but I'll get a little bit on the side.
Okay.
It'd be a good look, I think. Will you stay with me? Hydrated. Okay, wondering. Because like not only would it suck to have a bald head, but my particular head does not lend itself well to be shaved because I've got like lumps and bumps. I'm doing this today just to get better at running. That's it. I suck at running. It's not fun to do. And I feel like anything that you focus on individually and put your best effort into, you can move that needle and make it something that sucks completely to something that might be enjoyable. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. We'll see. So I'm challenging myself with improving my 5K time. Taking something I hate, turning it into something I love, and maybe getting good at it. Who knows? In order to get ready for this 5K, I plan on practicing running every day. 6 days a week, I'm gonna run. Whether it's hot, whether it's rainy, whether I feel like it, whether I hurt, I'm gonna run every single day, and I've got a very specific running program that's been given to me. Some days I'll run 3 miles, some days I'll run 6. I'll hate it every day, but I'm gonna do it. So if I don't hit my goal, the consequences are going to be extreme. Perhaps the biggest consequences ever known to man. And I'm gonna shave my head into like a Homer Simpson-like haircut. Not a bald head, not a cool bald head where you can gloss it up. This is going to be shaving the top with a bic, leaving the sides and the back. I plan on it instantly aging me by 20 years at least. And my head is so lumpy and bumpy that it's going to be atrocious if I have to do it. I'm mortified by doing it, but guess what? I've already set my appointments for a haircut. I'm either gonna get a great haircut or a Homer Simpson haircut, depending on whether I can run my 5K in over or less than 8 minutes. That's the goal, those are the consequences. It's serious. So quick tips and tricks in order to improve my running that I've taken on is doing a proper warm-up. Like warming up fully, not just stretching for 20 seconds and heading off on your run. I'm talking about 10 minutes of real workout, a standardized warm-up program in order to get into it. So a big part of phase 1 is all about building an habit. Getting out there, like logging your mileage, getting those first few runs under your belt. But another big part of it is the prep going into every run. So one thing that I took away from phase 1 and the thing that I implemented first was a real quick 10-minute warm-up. Because up until this point, all my warm-ups for running was this. You stretch here, you do this, and then you're like, all right, I'm out, right? But it's so much more than that. It's so important to warm up all your muscles, to train your body in order to keep the proper form. Phase 2 is all about improving my running form. These are some of the tips that I use to get better during this time. Number 1, keep your spine straight and your shoulders relaxed with a slight forward lean. You want to take short, quick steps and allow your feet to make contact with the ground when they're directly below you. Do not overextend your leg. It's like applying the brakes over and over again. Gaze about 10 to 15 feet ahead of you and not down at your feet. And then keep your knees, your toes, and your torso all pointed forward throughout your stride. So phase 3 is all about building speed and building strength in order to get that foot strike down just right and being able to hopefully get my mile time under 8 minutes, which here's a little hint, it's not there yet. So what I do is I come out to the track or I hit the hills. But within this track, what I try to do is shorten my run duration. Because if I'm running 5 miles around a track like this, life sucks terribly because you're seeing the same things over and over again. You just want to quit the whole time. But if you come here, you break your run up into 1 mile or half-mile increments and redline it, like hit it as hard as you can to get that speed up, this is a great way to build that speed through track work like this. Okay, the worst thing that happened to me was early on in the running process. It had been a long day, I had run a few errands, and I decided just to get my run in at the end before I came home. So I go to the fields. They're usually run every single day, not a big deal. A quick 4-mile run. I start my run, and somewhere around half a mile into it, my stomach starts going like making these noises. It's angry, right? And so I'm like, okay, I feel a little backed up, like maybe I gotta take care of some business. But I ignore it. I was like, no, I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna finish it up. About a mile down the road, it's like go time. Forget about it. Like I had to make a decision. I had to break it. So I ran as quick as I could to the bathroom, struggled to open up the door, and then I realized it's COVID season and everything was on lockdown. The bathrooms aren't available, everything's locked. So in a fit of desperation, I run into as much of nature as I could get to before I exploded. I looked to the left, I looked to the right, I didn't see anybody. I go into the heavy high bush thinking I'm safe, and I use the restroom in there, and I thought it was gonna be a quick 30 seconds. It took a little longer. I had to use a headband, which I left there. I didn't take it back with me, right? I left everything behind. And as I was leaving the bushes, I realized that there was a guy not too far away that had a perfect shot at what I was doing. So he knew that you had to poop, and he knew what was going down. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, I got the ultimate pro tip, which is to always poop before you run, if you have to. Even if you don't have to, try. I mean, ugh. What's up, guys? This is the day of the final challenge. It's a wonderful Sunday morning. The sun's out. We wanted to get out nice and early so it wasn't gonna be too hot. But to be honest, I'm a little nervous today, guys, because out of the last 90 days, I've broken that 8-minute mile mark just once. And I think the wind was to my back. I might have mistimed it. I don't know what happened, but I only did it once. Everything else has been nowhere close in the last week. So I'm gonna have to find another gear sometime this morning. And hopefully the idea of maybe not losing this wonderful coif of hair is to gain enough leverage for me to be able to go and push it and to redline it today in order to get that personal record for my 5K. So the prep for today was really easy. About 2 hours ago, I took in a little bit of carbohydrates to get my body primed. I'm going to go on just on a light jog, maybe about a half a mile to get that under my belt. And then I'm gonna do some light warm-ups like I've been doing this entire time. Right here, 24:51. This is the timer that will start when I take off. And my hopes is that I'll be crossing the same finish line before this gets to 0-0. So this, my lovely mane, is safe. I just took one light jog around the field over there and I'm exhausted. That doesn't bode well.
Is there some part of you right now that's like, this is a terrible idea?
There's like a lot of part of me that thinks this is a terrible idea. Second mile, I slipped back a little bit. And then third mile, I didn't even look. I just was like one foot in front of the other, trying not to puke.
Who's this guy walking in?
Do what?
So who's this guy walking in?
Yeah. Yeah, what's going on, baby? Oh yeah.
All right.
My head is jacked up too, so yeah, it'd be bad. I know you're wondering what happened during today's race, and the suspense is high. But surprise! There's good news and bad news. Bad news, I didn't have to shave my head, which there was a little piece of me that liked to see that happen. There's a bigger piece of me that didn't want it to happen. It drove me to go a little faster, go a little harder. But my pace was, for the 5K, 7 minutes and 27 seconds, which shattered the 8-minute mark. Never came anywhere near it. It was my personal record, so that's great. So a little bit of coaching, a little bit of hard work, and a lot of motivation at the end to keep this the way it is. And boom, challenge completed. On to the next one.